Morning Brickers, episode 50. Let's have a look at deleting the ABS. Gonna tidy up the engine bay a little bit. Just things like the battery cable, because I'm putting the battery in the back now. It's another thing that's happened. I do want to start tackling deleting the ABS, but we'll have a look at that in a bit. Got like the cruise control box, the VAP canister thing that goes to the fuel tank, just maybe the throttle cable, because I'm going electronic throttle. So yeah, just a few things in here that need removing, so let's get to it. You may be wondering why I want to delete the ABS. Firstly, when I got the car, all of the connectors that go to the hub, the front hubs, were cut off, just about where they go into the engine bay. If you can see, there's one that goes there. I think the other one's even shorter, or not there at all. Also, 1990s ABS, not very good. So I'd be better off without it, and obviously it isn't operating at all. So trying to recommission it when I don't really want it is not the best idea, and some of those parts might be a bit difficult to get. But yeah, I don't want it anyway. And at the moment, with the ABS pump there, it's just kind of a big mess, front row center or front row left in the engine bay. So I'm gonna have a look at deleting it, and it's gonna be one of those where I do this, I'll call it the quick way. The best way to do it would be to make all new lines, especially since the lines here are looking a little bit old and tired for themselves. But what we're going to do, I think, is try and just do it the most efficient way possible, where I'm only replacing or making the smallest amount of line possible in order to get this done. So we'll see how that goes. If the lines turn out to be in bad condition, then I will just make new ones. But for now, the plan is just to do this with as little line making as possible. Although I don't mind making brake lines. I find it quite a rewarding and therapeutic job, using the brake, the pipe bending tool and the pipe cutter and the flaring tool and all of that. Done it a few times in the past. I did it when I made the hydraulic handbrake. I made all of those lines, hard lines, from the handbrake all the way back to T and to the standard brake lines as well. In the past, I've made them all the way back to the rear calipers when I was running a dual caliper setup. So I'm quite well versed in the whole brake pipe situation. But yeah, this is going to be one of those jobs where we just spend as little time on it as possible while doing it properly-ish. So let's have a look and see what may be required. A few little jobs, because at the moment I'm just ordering parts. The battery, I need to check the size. I've got the size on there actually at the top. Happy days, if you want to focus. There we go. So that's the size of that. I need a battery box, because the battery's going to go in the back of the car, and I just need a nice, aluminium box that's going to keep it secure in its location. And also been trying to look at the throttle body gasket. So just checking the size of this and the shape. See if I can find something online for it, if it is. With the hoodie, which I've recently ruined with some sort of chemical. Never mind. It's a very kind gift last Christmas from Swedish Mafia, and we're looking to do a limited run of these very soon. I've got a t-shirt as well. I believe this hoodie's one of one, according to Sam at Swedish Mafia when I was talking to him at the Grand Talk Volvo event at Elvington last week. So expect to see a run of these, maybe in hoodie, maybe in t-shirt form. We'll see. Obviously got the drift brick on there. Well, you know, this is almost coming to like 10 months. I've had this for 10 months and I literally wear it all the time. It's definitely stood the test of time, apart from the fact that I ruined it. Clumsy bricker. Right, okay, so ABS. There's 3 main lines that we need to think about. You've got 2 for the front, so 1 for each side, and then there's just 1 going to the rear, and then that splits up towards the back of the car. It goes into a T and then goes to each of the rear calipers. So with that in mind, let's have a look at all of the brake lines we've got here with the ABS pump and see what we can do about it. Right, I'm now in the engine bay. So we've got quite a few lines here and we're going to have to get rid of a majority of them. So we'll start at the beginning and then we'll work our way along the system and just see what we need and what we don't. So this is the master cylinder here. You've got 2 lines coming out the bottom and they both go into here, and then we've got 2 lines coming out of it at the top and the bottom. So we've got from the master cylinder 2 lines going into here, 2 coming out of the top and the bottom, and these 2 lines both go, if you look at the top one and the second one on this row 4, these 2 go all the way to the ABS pump, which is this one here and this one here. So that's the 2 going into the ABS pump, and then coming out you've got your 3 lines. So you've got your left and right, these should be left and right front, and then that should be the rear. If you look on top of here, it says RR, which would be right rear, but that's just the rear, and then I assume it's like right front, left front. I don't know why that's got RR on it, but there you go. So 2 lines going in, which is basically from the master cylinder, 3 going out, 2 for the front, 1 for the rear. So if we just follow these, one of them should be quite short, going to the front brake. Where are we? So right front here, this one here coming out, it goes out, goes along, and then it's straight to the right front wheel under here. So that's quite simple. We may just get rid of this line altogether and make a new one, so we can come straight from the master cylinder. Then we've got left front, so this one goes down along, it's this second one from the bottom, goes all the way across, along, round here, round along, and then into the left front wheel. And then the rear one, same deal. The bottom one along here, goes along, and then it heads down and then goes to the back of the car. And then an extra line here you've got is just your clutch line, which obviously is not plugged in at the moment because there's no gearbox. So we've got a good idea of where the lines go now. Now we just need to think about what needs to be done and what needs to be deleted in order to have the brakes work without the ABS system present. Well, firstly, the line, where are we? This line here. It comes out of here, and if you can see, it kind of loops around. And then it goes into here, and you can see again carved in, we've got F and R for front and rear. So this is the rear input and then the rear output. So what we need to do is get rid of this line here, going into here. So it comes out here and loops down to here. So I might intercept it here and then just put it straight into the bottom line here. So this one, which is the rear line, on its way to the ABS pump, just to cut it here and then attach it, cut this one and then attach it to this one, because that's the pipe that goes to the rear. So that could potentially be a nice easy fix if we just link this one into this one here, these two. That could just be a nice short piece of pipe with a 90-degree bend, 2 fittings, and job's a good one. For the front, so you can see this line coming out the bottom here. This goes to this one here for the front, so we don't need to route this here anymore. So coming from down here, we have, what we need to do is have this to a T. So I don't know if this is long enough just to put a T on the end, maybe here. Might just about be long enough to cut that there and then put a T on. But basically one goes to this line here, which is the left front, and then the other end of the T will come this way and tap into, which line is it? Oh, it'll needs to be basically this one to the right front. So the T will go to that line there from here, and then the other one will just go straight into here. So it's kind of, I don't think I'll repurpose this, honestly. I think I'll just put a new line in, but I need to tap into this one, so this is a bit awkward here, so I might just make a new line altogether, or see if there's somewhere easy I can connect it on the other side, but we'll see how we'll go with that. So yeah, that's basically it. Sounds easy. It's worth mentioning I may not have everything I need to complete this job. I am waiting definitely on a Tpiece arriving. Everything else I may have here, but we'll have a look and see what we've got, because I've got a bit of a mix of fittings and lines and tools and stuff. So let's have a look, see what we've got. Got this line here, which I think is too thick. We've got this line here, which should be the right size. So we've got, should be more than enough line. And then I've got a bit of a mix. Oh, that's all my fittings just falling out of the cigar box. So you've got a couple of fittings in there. So we've got a lot of fittings here, a lot bit random, but you can see we've got male and female that definitely attach together. So we should be able to use these if needed. There is some random old bits as well, but we might be able to get away with not buying any fittings. The only thing we'll need to buy is the Tpiece. Well, I've bought the Tpiece, it's on its way. So we might not finish the job fully today, but we should be able to get everything done apart from the Tpiece. Now I've got a couple of tools here. So these are for flaring the brake pipe. So you get a nice flare on there. We'll take videos when we do it, just to show the process. These are for bending the brake lines, so you can get nice smooth bends on them. And got some caliper compressors, old ones. I've got another proper kit, but I don't need these. Got another random bag of bits and bobs. And then we've got a really old, last thing in the box, a really old pipe flaring kit, which is just the same as what I've just showed you, but just for the record. I have got another pipe cutter somewhere, so this is the only thing that I haven't shown you so far. This is for cutting the brake pipe. So just having a look inside the driver's side front wheel arch, just at the brake line. The thing is with this is I want to avoid disturbing the caliper, and sorry if you can't see any of that. The lines going into the caliper notoriously snap off inside the caliper. After all, they are, you know, almost 30 years old. If they don't leak and they're okay, I'd rather just not disturb them at all and just cut the brake lines somewhere further up and just put a connection in myself. Trying to do it directly at the caliper is just risky, and I really don't want, you know, a 30-minute job turning into an 8-hour ordeal, or even worse. And I haven't got spare calipers for the front. So again, we're just going to be sensible, we're going to manage our risk, and we're just going to find a reasonable place to intercept the line and put a new section in, ready to delete the ABS. So if you see what I mean here, this is the soft line going into the caliper. I don't really want to disturb that. Also, mainly where it goes from hard line to soft line, see that there looks just nasty. I'm going to open a right can of worms if I start messing about with that. So you can see here the line. This is what happens when you drift with massive wheels on, by the way. If anyone wants to know my wheel specs, don't. So the hard line goes here and then out into the engine bay where we saw before. So maybe cutting somewhere like here, putting a new connection in, and just having a nice little 90-degree bend going into the engine bay, and then we can do the rest of the line from there. So in terms of, you know, riskiness and not opening cans of worms, disturbing this, we can just cut here, put a new piece of line in. Sounds like a good plan. Just a quick one, with this being right-hand drive, this is all very close to the exhaust, especially this one here. So I've got some heat wrap, like a tubing for here, just to go over, just to protect it from the exhaust heat from the downpipe, because it is very close. And I also may add a whole aluminium shield around this kind of area, just again to protect from the heat. Brickers, we are 15 episodes deep now in this build series, and we are just about getting to the juicy bits, I suppose. But now we've stopped our undo, and we're going to change our ratchet, and we're going to change it from undo to do. I like to see it like that. We've stopped removing things, and now we're just going to start installing things. So, you know, you could say we're past halfway, but maybe not. Anyway, my point is, what do you think of the build series so far? How do you think I could improve things? Is the things that I'm showing that you don't want to see? The other way around, is the things that I'm not showing that you do want to see? If you could just put it down in the comments here, that would be much appreciated, so I can learn. Or DM us on Instagram if you want. You know, I've done 15 episodes. It's been a lot of work so far, but enjoyable. It's very rewarding seeing this content on my channel, and just documenting this whole journey in quite a lot of detail. Let's be honest, you know, I've pretty much filmed every single nut and bolt so far, so we have got a lot of detail in here. But we have been growing slowly, like we did with Instagram over 8 years. You know, I'm over 750 subscribers. We've hit 500 watch hours as well, so we are going steady away. But my last 10 videos, I think, in a row have all just been at that like 200 view mark. Yeah, if you could comment below and just let us know, see if you know, if there's anything that you think I'm doing well, not so good, what I can improve on, what you want to see. And then, you know, I'm just gonna I'll take it on board, I'll improve, and we'll just, you know, as TJ Hunt says, keep moving forward. Anyway, back to ABS things. I've just picked up a 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 mil spanner, and they're all different spanners, all different brands. I'm terrible, mate, honestly. But I suppose it shows you don't need to spend thousands of pounds on fancy tools to get jobs done. You just need the right sizes and, you know, go and do it, go and attack it. Go and attempt something you've never done before. Because I'm in the driver's wheel well, this one here, left, it's technically left front, right front, it's attached to here. So because I'm going to cut this line shortly, I'm just going to undo it from here, so then when I cut it I can just pull it out of here and then put the new one in. I'm using an 11 mil. I assume this is some sort of imperial nonsense, because it's 11 but it's a bit loose, whatever that is in, you know, Church of America, I don't know. Proper way is really to drain all your brake fluid out of the system before you do this, so I'm going to make a little bit of a mess during this process, but we'll try and contain it the best we can. So now you see we've got this loose now, so when we cut on the other side of here, we'll be able to get it straight out. Just to quickly demonstrate cutting a brake pipe, we've got our pipe cutter here, so we'll just put our pipe inside here, tighten it down, just turn it around a couple of times, it'll get easy to turn, tighten it a little bit more, turn it again, and it's done. And then if we want to bend it, just put it in here, like so, bring the handle down, and then turn it around to whatever you want to bend it. You know, you can put it to 90 degrees or more. We'll just go as far as we can, why not? And then release, and then there you go. One cut and bent brake pipe. Right, let's have a go at flaring the end of a brake pipe. Firstly, we've got our fitting, we've got our line that we need to put the fitting on and flare, and then we've got our flaring tools here. So first of all, just take that off. Always remember to put the fitting on the line first. I always forget to put that on. If you flare it first, you're gonna need to start again. So that's now on there, so that's job number one done. Then we've got this little gadget here, because we've got a really small piece of thin brake pipe. We're using the smallest fitting. That goes in there like that. And then we've got our clamp here, so we're using 3/16, which is the smallest one. This one here, so just undo these. And we'll put that through there with a little bit sticking out. And the first stage is to put that on there and then clamp it down. And now we've got this, which we just need to unwind first because it's wound all the way in. This goes over here, if I can get it on there, so need to unwind it a little bit more. And then this pointy bit goes into the hole here. And then now we're just going to crank this down as much as we can until it's snug. And then pull it out again. Now at this point, just need to get that off so we can pull this out. I'm going to screw this in. As far as we can go with that. And undo these. Then we have one flare on the end. You can see that. And then that fits up nice and snug to it. See that? And then we'll do that with the other end with the female, which is the end that's in the car. Might be a little bit more difficult to do a line that's on the car from experience. And then what we'll do is put loads of PTFE tape in here on the threads, and then we can just screw them on, and then we'll have a completed connection. So now we just need to connect this pipe here to this one, maybe like that, and then this will become our Tpiece once the Tpiece arrives. I think we'll have a little 5-minute break. While we were doing that, we got a delivery. I'll find something to open them with. Scatty old scissors, why not? See what we've got. I can't remember. I've got so many deliveries coming, I can't even remember what these are. So let's do a little mini unboxing. Oops. Sorry. Alright, mate. Cheers, buddy. That's good. Oh. Look at that, man. Look what we've got here. We got our whiteboard, yes. Just as I was filming a little unboxing, we got another delivery and it's the whiteboard. Much excited. Get to use colouring pens. So one thing I've been missing with this build is a little bit of organisation. I want to make a proper list of things I need to do, parts I need to buy. It's all on my phone at the moment, just in my notes. So we're going to put the whiteboard on the wall just there. And we're now going to have a proper list of things that we can tick off as we go and make us feel like we're making more progress. Oh, so excited. Right, let's unbox the other things. Make sure I've got me in frame. Oh, just freaking much excited. See what we've got in box number 1. Yes! Look at that, just as I was about to unbox my whiteboard markers, colouring pens, I get the whiteboard delivered as well. Yes! Next. What's this? Vice jaws. Oh, this might be a clue as to what's in this box. Amazon Christmas. Can you guess what's in the box? Clunk. The box in a box. Yes, we have a vice. And we also have some jaws for the vice as well. So the idea is, we've got a care package coming soon from Speeding Parts in Sweden, and one of the big jobs we're going to get onto, if you can even see my face, one of the big jobs we're going to get onto is all of the oil system. So there's the oil feed for the turbo, the oil drain for the turbo, the oil cooler system, and the sandwich plate that goes on where the oil filter screws onto. So all of that oil system is all going to be AN lines. So I think the oil drain is pre-made, but the rest of them are going to have to make some AN10 lines. So we've got a bench vise, which I'm going to have to try and attach somewhere in the garage, maybe on my workbench, but I'm going to have to attach my workbench to the wall or something, because at the moment it's still not attached to anything. So yeah, should have the ability to create our own AN lines, which I've never done before, so we might all learn at the same time with that. So yeah, Amazon Christmas. I mean, I can open my whiteboard. This might become part of this video when I'm deleting the ABS. Just to chuck this massive whiteboard on the wall. Oh yes. Engineering explained, eat your heart out. Let's go. See how my mood totally changes when I get deliveries. I turn into a little kid. It wasn't even really car parts, it was just colouring pens and a bench vise. We have got more car parts coming in the next couple of days. Ta-da! Apparently we're a DIY channel now. Look at that! It's almost straight. Oh, some colouring in's happening this afternoon. Oh yeah, well I've got a car to build. Bit of OCD stuff. Let's move the sofa into the middle. How's that looking for a frame? Oh yes. Colouring pens. Well, Brickens, just a little update. I haven't been filming too much, but I've got the ABS pump, which was here, removed. I've got my first line, which is the driver's side front, all sorted. I'm going to tee there at some point anyway, and I have cut this one here, which is the rear line, which is going to go into this line here, but it's about to start raining and I need to go to work, so I think we're going to call it a day there. So thanks very much everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.